What is up, everybody? It's Dynamik here, and welcome back to Dynamic Vision Episode 4, the Pacific Predators versus the Metro Magic. Today, we're just going to be breaking down this series. Finally, Slate 1 is over, which is good, meaning we've seen every team compete, and no one got swept, which is pretty surprising. But let's talk about this series right here. Now, Game 1 of this series was, in my opinion, the most surprising game because the Metro Magic had every player get a hit, which is something that obviously they've been looking for because last season they struggled so much with hitting. 2 seasons before that, they struggled so much with hitting. And now with Grant Miller being a part-time MLW player, they really need some more guys to step up at the plate. Well, every player got a hit, and even though they only scored 1 run, it was insane to me that they were seeing the ball this well, especially the Magic rookies. RJ also was dealing from the mound, and to be honest, so was Cratch, other than kind of a shaky first inning, but the Predators hitting didn't look too good on their side either. They were making contact with the ball and putting it into play, but they just couldn't finish the innings with points, and that's what led the Metro Magic to win Game 1. Game 2 and Game 3, however, kind of looked like business as usual for both the Magic and the Predators, as Evan Porter on the mound was elite. He threw a shutout. In my opinion, he will be an amazing second option in this league, but let's slow down before we call Evan Porter the Rookie of the Year yet, MLW community, because he did only pitch 1 game. However, things are looking up if you're a Predators fan for him. JPG, on the other hand, had a big welcome to the league moment when Cratch hit a home run on literally his first ever batter came to the plate, which was something that doesn't really concern me that much, especially if you're a Magic fan. JPG really showed out when it came to hitting, and that's what the Magic need on this team. Now, they do need a good pitcher, don't get me wrong. I'm not sold on Bonham yet, but he didn't look completely horrible, and Grant also looked pretty solid when they brought him in the 3rd game. Game 3 is probably a good place to start when talking about a lot of the Magic rookies, because John Paul Gunn obviously hit pretty well. In my opinion, it was a more than solid debut, but they look like they have some statues out there now that they have JPG and they have RJ Walgate. It really is probably the biggest team in the MLW. Also, there's Brady Pearson, who did a lot to impress me. Do I think he is going to be a super high impact player year 1? I'm not really sure about that. However, I do believe that he's going to help this Magic team out a lot and that he's going to have a really good future in this league. But the reason that the Magic only came away with 1 game was because that Grant just wasn't at his 100% best when it came to the plate. Now, it's kind of hard to blame all of it on him because a lot of times he's getting walked. But if the Magic want a chance, they're going to need Grant to be at a lot of series, and they're going to need him to be in like MVP form. Without that, it's going to be hard for the Magic to make the playoffs. Also, just to mention, we're 3 minutes into this video and I barely talked about Ryan Cratch, and it's just because he does this every series. Like, he's already in MVP form, a huge contender for player of the slate. He's just a beast. I also really like what I saw from Levi Fleer. I think he's going to grow into this team's eventual 2nd best player. He really sees the ball super well, and even though he said in the mic'd up part of this video that he couldn't hit, I completely disagree. He was seeing the ball really well. He just wasn't really hitting it over the fence. Then, obviously, there's Brendan Russell and Alec Warder, the veterans of this team. Brendan Russell had a really nice home run, but other than that, didn't do too much to impress me. And Alec Warder got there late, so once again, I think it's just going to be business as usual for this team. And yeah, that's Magic versus Predators. Thank y'all for watching. Love y'all. Peace.